giving me like the TV signal, like we're live?
We are live.
He was like 3, 2,
3, 2, and 1.
Go.
Go.
You
This
never-
is amateur hour.
You never say 1. They never
3,
say
2,
1.
and go.
No, they just say 3, 2, and then they do the 1 with their finger, and then they point at you.
Oh, they do. But a lot of times I would say 1, 2, 3, 4, ready, go.
You just keep counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're just
6,
like,
7, 8, 9.
where
Go.
do I go? Who didn't silence their cell phone?
Who the Fritz?
Really?
Who the Fritz Magoo? Sorry.
Really?
I'm still receiving questions in from all of our
Lovely
loyal subjects.
Our lovely audience.
Lovely subjects. Don't put that on the table.
No
It makes
touching,
more
no touching
rent.
the table.
You're telling me not to do it. That's why I'm standing up.
You're standing up the
I'm
whole
standing.
show?
Yes, the whole show. I'm doing a little jig.
You're doing a little jig?
If you start
Yeah.
dancing, I'm gonna ask you
You're
to sit
doing
down.
some squats, doing some lunges.
Lunges.
Yeah.
I'll request that you sit down.
Let's talk about Zach's new haircut. What do you think about it?
My new haircut.
How can we explain this to people who can't see it?
Rico Suave on acid.
With a slight swoosh. He's got a slight swoosh in the front.
It's Macallic.
So wait, that's not a comb over then, huh?
Well, it kind of is.
Well, I guess when I think of comb over, I guess I think of balding
Like a
people.
nerd comb over?
No,
Like-
I'm thinking of like people who
Like me.
who like try to cover up their bald spot with their.
That's
no,
me, bro.
Like you'll be.
I do this all day. Swooshing my hair over. I do.
What do you mean?
Hello. I try to maintain a professional appearance at work, so I just swoosh it over.
Hello,
to
everybody
a
at
fresh
work.
long appearance.
a fresh long appearance. I'm looking fresh and long today.
No, it's sort of like a comb over, but like
Didn't he like shave a line down the side of your
yeah,
head?
it's so it would give it more of a comb over look.
Is
and
that
stuff.
is that a typical practice that people do?
Yeah, they give like a harsh line. Yeah, it's a hard line.
Yeah, you do get some nice like.
Because you went to a barber shop.
Yeah, I went to a barber. Yeah.
So I don't know if.
Yeah, he's from Brooklyn.
He's from Brooklyn.
He's from Brooklyn.
Now I'm going to shave a line down the side of your head. You okay with that?
Yeah, I'm okay with that. You can do a little cut right there.
I guess. You do not mock him. Don't act like you're a badass in there. You're just like, yes, sir. I'll take my line.
I'll take the line on my head, sir.
It's
Thank
also
you.
a drug dealership.
It is.
I'll take my line and I'll be gone.
I'll be gone. I promise.
Just one more bump. All right,
One more
so
bump down the road.
I guess this is another amateur hour.
It is.
I hate the fact that we keep doing this, but
It's amateur.
every week, at least once a week, I see you guys. Jim, I'm gonna probably be seeing a lot more of you.
More
More
of me.
More than I want to. And Zach, I mean, we pretty much hang out. We definitely hang out more than once a week.
Yeah.
think
I
it's
feel like I
safe to
live
say.
here, but I don't.
You might soon.
Hopefully.
Should we talk?
Perhaps.
Should we get right into that? Should we get right into the big old move? I don't think we talked about it at all
We hinted at it.
last podcast.
We made a move. Me and Mr. Phantasmo are now roommates.
Roommates for life.
With me as in Jimbo.
We signed a blood pact last night.
With
We,
the tip of their...
We both jerked off into a
Snouts.
napkin, and then,
Oh,
and then
wow.
we blended it up with a little bit of water in a solo cup.
Blended babies.
Put the ejaculate napkin in there.
Oh.
That's
And
the
then you
immaculate
had a
conception.
slurp.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
called
On a cup.
parachuting.
Yeah, it's called parachuting. You keep taking sips till it's gone. Whoever gags first just has to finish it. So.
Oh, wow. The gag parachute. Parachute
I don't know
gag.
how that's a blood pact, but that's what we did.
Well, blood came out when I gagged.
Yeah. And also when you came, so it's all good. All right.
Well, there's been a lot of things that's been happening this week.
There have been we've been pretty busy bees, all of us, I think.
Well, the
Yeah.
world, even the world still.
Oh, what about that?
There is.
You know what we didn't talk about last week? That was a pretty prominent thing. Is the plane?
The plane that went
That was,
down. Yeah.
that was the first thing I wanted to talk about.
Oh.
Malaysia.
Yeah, but we didn't talk about it last week when it was like hot and.
I think it went down the day we talked, and
No, that night, yeah, when it was flying over.
Yeah, we're really caught up on current events. Clearly,
we're covering it.
we're recovering it now.
We're recapping it.
We're
Do either of you
recovering. it.
try-
Did you hear
Wow.
about that plane that went down?
You probably did, but we're gonna tell you again anyways.
So a plane went down in the Indian Ocean somewhere.
Now they know. Spoiler
Yeah.
alert.
Spoiler.
Spoiler alert for everyone who's just as behind as we are.
If you didn't DVR the news for the past 3 days, you can listen to
You're
us.
on like a 3-week backup. Oh man, I gotta watch the news every night.
I missed the news last week. I gotta watch it before it's on tonight.
I missed
like
everything.
It's like a weird OCD compulsion where you have to like watch every single episode of every news channel, and you're like, God, I'm gonna get through this.
It's like your stories. Your
that's
soap
your
operas.
crack.
Yeah.
To watch the news over and over and over.
But yeah, did you guys ever? Because they had a thing where you could go, like they give you the coordinate area, and you could get on Google Maps and try and they were telling people that they needed help finding it. Get on Google Maps and try and find.
Oh, this is before they found it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they were like, everyone search the whole ocean.
Yeah.
You know, if everybody had a computer, which is improbable, but if everyone in the world had like a computer, I bet they could just look for maybe 20 minutes and the whole ocean would be.
Yeah.
Maybe even less than that.
Did you hear about this other story along with the Google Maps thing? Is that this lady was found? She had SOS and like a whole bunch of debris on this island, and someone found her on Google Maps.
I read that.
Yeah, someone found her on Google Maps, and she's
Can you imagine the person who did that?
She's been on the island for 7 years.
7 years. She was alive. She was with 2 other people and they're dead.
Yeah.
She ate him?
No.
Killed him?
No, she was like talking about how she tried to kill this goat, and she couldn't kill the goat. She like tried to smash its head. The goat would still be still alive. She couldn't kill it.
That's like
so
when
she had to like.
It's like when you ran over that raccoon.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's another story. Yeah.
Hold on. So wait, let's finish this island story though.
Yeah, it was crazy.
How big was the island? When you said that, I automatically assumed it was like an island that was pretty so tiny you could like walk around.
Well, obviously, I don't think it was that big.
Didn't she say that there was some other people on the island or something?
She said there was like native people or whatever, but they didn't like speak anything. And then like they
didn't try to kill her or anything.
They probably just left her alone. They probably were freaked out. Like, who the hell is this lady?
That's weird.
Yeah, but like
How did she get stranded? Was it like a plane crash or a boat?
I think it was a boat. Yes, they were sailing.
Crash, you said?
Spaceship. They were like sailing or something in her boat. Oh, like when there was like a huge storm and they lost. You're going wherever the wind is. Everybody else on the boat or whatever.
And
she was like
the sea.
Yeah, and so she was by herself, and then another storm hit, and then she blacked out and woke up on a beach.
They're gonna make a movie about this chick. You got to be.
It's gonna be a
Castaway female.
A 6-hour
Castaway
movie.
female.
Yeah. 2.
Castaway.
Starring Jodie Foster. She'd be good in Castaway.
Julia Roberts.
Julia Roberts.
Yeah.
She's too pretty for that.
Is there a brand of sports balls instead of Wilson? Like, what's another brand of sports balls?
Spalding.
Spalding. Rawlings. Rawlings. And it's like just like a different thing. Like it's her foot.
It's not a volleyball.
Yeah.
It's like a football.
Yeah, it's a football. Rawlings.
It's like flat, and she like smashes her face into it.
No, she was like telling how she had to like the first like couple nights she didn't have anything to drink, so she would have to like go over to this leaf that would collect water and drink that and break open coconuts and.
But think about it: if you were on an island for 6 years.
But does anyone know how to survive these days anyway?
But okay, so she survived. That's the end of it.
That's the crazy part.
But wouldn't you make up like a bunch of crazy stuff that you did? Like, oh my God, like this goat story. Does anybody have that on Google Maps, or is that just like, do we just take her word for it because she's been cast from society for 6 years?
Right.
Like, how much credibility do we really give this woman? She probably went a little bit insane. Like, if you had to spend 6 years on an island with yourself, plus these weird natives who never talk to you and like. That would probably drive anybody insane.
Oh yeah, you'd be talking to yourself. You'd be like freaking. I feel like when you got captured. Not when you got captured.
When you got captured.
When you got captured by the real world. When you were saved, like you'd be like freaked out.
Yeah.
Like,
well, she said she saw an airplane fly over. This is how she got rescued. Fly over, and they dropped something out of the airplane.
Really?
Yeah, it was like a radio or a cell phone.
Push this button if you're not a zombie.
It's like a care package in Call of Duty. Like, ooh,
called in Pablo. Fuck.
Oh, damn it.
Wait, what's a Pablo? Oh shit.
These are my friends.
And she's like, she starts shooting all the natives. Like,
we're at war with freaking Malaysia.
We're at war with these little tiki.
Right after they lost a plane, they were at war with them.
Way to rub salt in the wounds. Jeez.
We're
at war with another plane. We kill them with other planes.
Yeah, but there's some other crazy things about the airplane. Like people were saying that their phones would still ring or whatever like that.
Yeah. Did you hear about the text message that they sent out?
No.
Yeah, I have it. I pulled it up on my laptop today. Actually.
Yeah.
They sent out a text message to all of the families.
Oh, weren't they gonna say they're gonna give like $5,000 or something like that to everybody?
That's not what I read. I just read that it was pretty much a text message saying like. Well, here I have it word for word. It says, Malaysia Airlines deeply regrets that we have to assume beyond any reasonable doubt that MH370, which was the plane apparently, has been lost and that none of those on board survived. As you will hear in the next hour from Malaysia's Prime Minister, we must now accept all evidence suggests the plane went down in the southern Indian Ocean. And that's it. So they just got a text message from.
Yeah.
But At first, I thought they sent it like from the numbers of the people who were,
Oh.
and I was like,
Oh
"Are
my
you kidding?"
God.
But apparently, these people are still outraged, and there's actually a sign right
Oh,
here
yeah.
that says, "Our thoughts and prayers go out to blah blah blah," and then it says #pray for MH370.
Oh,
Is that taking
jeez.
Twitter a little bit too far?
I
Like,
think so. Like
let's all
you're using
mourn
it
on
as
Twitter?
using it to your advantage.
hey, let's try to get this trending. The
Yeah.
death of all these people.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
I don't know. I thought
That's
that
a
was
little
kinda
messed up.
Yeah, but it hasn't gone over too well. The article goes on to kind of like take the side of the text. Apparently, there were people that were there were actual representatives that went to the families, but if they didn't know where the families were, or like if they didn't live within a certain area, then they just sent them a text, which is
Well, I mean, the text message definitely is kind of outrageous, but the hashtag might not be as outrageous, you know?
yeah.
Because like you do like
Maybe if you lost someone, you just get on Twitter and maybe you feel supported by like all the people like.
that's what I'm thinking.
You
You
could
know what I'm
just search
saying?
the
Because people
hashtag.
put like R.I.P. whoever
But
died.
the other
you
thing
know?
is, it's the internet, and people are dicks on the internet. So you got to be like, oh man, I hope all those people burn in hell for doing nothing but dying in a lake. Like, you know, there's people like that. So you're like,
They're gonna troll the people.
yeah, there are trolls for
Troll
everything.
That'd be terrible. They'd probably literally go to hell like
Yeah.
right then and there.
Yeah, yeah.
The pit would open up and
I
they
mean,
would
I
just go
don't
down.
know that for sure. I just know from my experience in the internet that even the most sensitive subjects, there will be trolls for it, just because that's what people do sometimes. But I don't know.
Because I think when Newtown, that shooting happened at that Newtown school, there was #pray for Newtown, and it was just like people just saying.
Well, I'm sure like it was.
because you just get it trending and be like,
Yeah.
you know, all of our thoughts and prayers go out from
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
the
Well,
police
I'm sure a
department.
majority of it
#pray.
are definitely like that, but
Yeah.
I'm sure there are some that slip through the cracks as well.
But I tend to be like that, like, oh yeah, that's taking Twitter too far. But then the more you think about it, and the more like if somebody explains it,
It's
like,
just another
oh,
outlet.
that makes sense, I guess.
Yeah,
An outlet.
it's
you know.
just something that we didn't have like 10 years ago, so
Yeah.
we can't really like compare it to anything that we've experienced before, like 9/11. Like
Right.
Twitter didn't really exist then, but I'm sure there would have been something similar, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this girl, like, she's been on an island for 6 years. Do you think a part of her hates getting captured because she's like, now I have to go to work and do all this shit?
I don't know.
Or before she was
She
like,
seemed really happy that she got
yeah.
captured.
Well,
Not
I'm
captured,
sure.
arrested.
Yeah, we
you said
got
captured.
No, Jim said
I
captured.
thought you said captured.
No, he got
You
it.
had to say captured
No.
again.
I was captured by people.
Wait, did I just say
Yeah,
captured?
you did
did,
just say it.
yeah. That's why I said. I was like, oh shit.
Rewind and make sure he said captured.
Drinking game. Every time we say captured instead of rescue,
Captured.
take a shot.
No, but like that would be insane. I mean, like, yeah, you'd definitely be crazy, and
But you do have a certain level of freedom, especially after like.
Oh yeah.
I want to say maybe even after like 6 months, you pretty much got your survival habits down to a T.
Yeah.
Like you can if you're going to survive for 6 years, by at least the first year,
Oh, yeah,
you've
you're
got
gonna have
everything
something,
figured
yeah.
out. Like you know the system, you know how you're gonna get food and which I guess is what, just fish. Or?
But wasn't there something where it said like it took me a year to do this?
Yeah, it took her a year just to like actually get food, and it took her like a year and a half to make a fire. Like so, like you got to think about.
Oh yeah,
people
that's
that
what
are
she said. It was like a
Fire-
year and a
fire would
half
be a
before she
bitch.
made
fire.
Yeah.
So like she had to like eat coconut and drink water. You know how frustrating that'd be every fucking day.
Yeah.
I can't kill the goat. This goat's just mocking me,
Yeah.
and I can't kill him. And now I have to make fire. I can't do that either.
But by
Yeah.
the time year 4 rolled around, she was like a cave woman.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
Full beard.
she's just
and
like
everything.
stabbing like everything. Like
Yeah.
Speaking of being on an island, I just wanted to throw this in there with the topic. John Uniservice asked if you
Oh,
guys
Uni.
were stranded on an island, what 3 things would you have with you to survive?
Ooh, wow. I
What would be
instantly
some-
thought of Castaway and that freaking ice skate that he had to try to like get those
God.
coconuts open.
That's her
any 3 things, right?
Well, I don't know. We have to make it like any 3 things that
Would be on a plane.
like you could
Or boat.
you could fit in your carry on or something like that.
Well,
That you
yeah.
could actually get through security. Like you couldn't get an
You
ice
can't take a knife.
You can't take a knife.
You can take ice skates though.
You can't take ice skates in your
But then,
carry on.
but the thing is, the luggage when that plane goes down, other
No, but
ice
you
skates?
all the luggage is gone. You have
Oh,
to be able to fit it in your.
come
You have to be
on.
able to fit it in your carry out and take it through security.
Well, I put a pipe bomb in my toe.
Okay.
Pipe bomb.
See, I was
you can
playing-
take it through, but you might get tackled.
Yeah. Technically, I guess you could take it through, but
Probably, I would probably bring some.
Toothbrush?
I would have a pen.
think about what you could use
Yeah.
a toothbrush for.
Stab goats.
I think
With a pen?
Yeah.
What?
They make people
A
in
pen?
prison stab people with plastic
No.
spoons.
That's why my toothbrush thing is a good idea.
You sharpen the
because
end of it.
You sharpen the one end of it, and you have a jabber. And on the other hand,
You
can
have clean teeth.
you not necessarily clean teeth because you can't use like one of my items won't be toothpaste if one of my items is a toothbrush, but you can at least brush your teeth because after a while, like especially if you're trying to like eat coconut and stuff, and your teeth are like rotting out of your mouth, that would be extremely painful. I don't know how like the people on the island that she was with, like the natives, she wasn't technically with them, but I don't know how they keep. I mean, I don't know if you just go without brushing your teeth from the start of your life, do they just get used to it and they're like, well, fuck it, we're just gonna be
certain
teeth
things like
no
even
matter what.
acid eats away your teeth, like a dentist.
I'm sure our diet as like civilized people with the candy and the pop that we eat.
Oh, that's terrible for your teeth.
Yeah, so I'm sure that goes a long way.
Well, I don't think coconut would be that bad for your teeth.
Yeah,
you're just drinking water. And
maybe just rinsing out your mouth out with salt water, like that goes a long way to disinfect, doesn't it? And I guess I'm gonna take. I'm gonna keep toothbrush, but I could just as easily see me like brushing with my finger or something. Have you ever done that at someone's house where you forgot your toothbrush?
Oh yeah, all the
you
time.
see the toothpaste, you're like,
yeah, a little on your
Sometimes
finger.
I just do it when I'm feeling sexual.
when you want something shaped like a penis in your mouth.
I mean,
You just want that skin rubbing up against your teeth and gums.
Well, when you're trying to woo, when you're trying to make a girl think that you like her, like you put your finger in your mouth. You're like,
oh, you do?
Yeah, I do. I like suck on my finger a little bit.
This could be your finger.
Like
This could be your finger.
Mm.
All right, that's enough for that.
Anyways,
is there a fetish that a girl could have that would make you not want to date her? Like if she was
we didn't
like,
answer the question that Uni had. We only answered.
Oh yeah. We should
girl
probably
fetish. I'd take a girl fetish with me to the island.
You take a girl fetish with you to the island? What if you had if you had to have another person with you on the island, and it could be any type of person that you'd want? Who would you want? I think
Any type of
I think
person?
I think I would want someone maybe I would want a female there, but part of me kind of says I want like a big, huge guy who can just go out and hunt for me and everything, and like I'll be the female. I'll go ahead and cook us dinner. As long
I'm
as
looking
he,
around, I was like, is his girlfriend hearing this? Like, he wants a big, huge man.
Andre's like
Morgan Beware.
Brokeback, not mountain anymore. This is
No, you don't have to have sex with
Brokeback
him.
Island.
But it's more of like a tool.
6 years? What are you gonna do?
Oh.
You're gonna have sex.
All right, so
Yeah,
what?
did you just say,
All right.
6 years? What else are you gonna do? You're gonna fuck this dude.
All right, I didn't say that. I'll just put it on the record right now.
That's like, if you're with somebody from 6 years, you're obviously gonna fuck them.
Doesn't matter what they are.
Oh my god, no, I did not.
You did say it.
You
Play
did.
it back.
Play
Play
it
it
back.
back. Recap that.
Recap that.
Oh my gosh.
No,
So
but-
what would you? Maybe I'll have a big brawny woman. How about that?
Yeah.
Brawny
I
woman.
could fit my whole head inside her vagina. That'll be
Your shelter.
yeah. That'll be my shelter. She'll just like squat between two logs. And I'll just
Oh
stick my
my
head up
god.
There's something chasing you. You just dive in.
And it eats her and you.
Yeah, you
there. No,
dive
it
in.
doesn't get through her.
Oh,
I'm
doesn't?
like a kangaroo. I
She
just
has
go
thick
into
skin?
her pouch.
You'd
Yeah.
suffocate in
No,
there.
she'd beat up whatever was chasing me. She's-
With your leg kicking out of her vagina. when she's
no,
trying
I
to-
go all the way in,
in like a baby.
like a kangaroo.
Like a kangaroo.
Yeah, I go in feet first, and I just have my hands sticking out with my little head, like.
Oh yeah,
Hey,
that'd be
them
Out
nice.
of her vagina.
You'd be holding
Yeah.
them off to the side like curtains.
So it'd be like this. Get him.
just like that.
Just like that.
Just like that no one can see.
No one can see it.
Just like this.
It's like this, guys.
Listen, you can hear us see it.
What would you bring with you, Zach?
So wait, I never finished mine.
Oh,
I'll
well,
bring
I
a-
think we should just do. We can put our pack together.
yeah. Okay.
one
You
each.
bring a toothbrush. What would
And
I
a big
bring?
brownie woman.
No.
And a
All right,
big
fine.
brown
I'll
one.
leave her at home.
Oh.
All right. I would probably bring like a rope.
A rope?
Mm-hmm.
Rope
You could undo the rope and like have like mini ropes to tie off.
Ooh, you could make the whole island bracelets.
Oh.
No, but
What the hell are
there's
you
a-
gonna do with a
no,
rope?
There's a
Yeah,
survival.
it's a lot of time. It's a time skill.
No,
time killer.
no, but like no.
All the different braids. I will learn.
Oh my
I will also
God.
invent 3 new
No, there
braids.
is a survival bracelet though that you can unravel and tie off. Like, say if you have a cut on your leg, you can tie it off, use it as a tourniquet, or you can use it for your shelter and tie off branches and stuff.
You know why you'd need a tourniquet? If all you brought was rope.
I'm saying you have a toothbrush. I have rope. Okay, Jim, what are you bringing?
No, I want to
No,
hear
it's
more
rope.
about this rope.
I'm gonna go climb
Well,
up this
you
cliff
can
because I have this rope.
untwine the rope a little bit and use each one.
I
to
guess
build
maybe
up
you
a
could
shelter.
like tie something. Maybe I don't know. All right.
You can make traps with it, like whatever. You could have.
Traps.
You can light it on fire if we make fire.
You could light it on fire for a second, and then you'd be out of rope. Just go.
No, but use Kindle.
Sweet! I'm so
Kindling.
glad
God.
we brought rope.
Fuck you.
You could hang yourself for trying to bring rope to an island.
What am I bringing this goddamn rope for?
Oh my god.
What am I going to use this for?
All right, so Jim, you're gonna bring a tiny bottle of
We're
Gatorade.
just trolling
That's the
you.
only thing that could be worse than bringing rope.
Oh fuck
A
you.
little bottle of
No, you
Gatorade.
should bring Flint.
Flint? No, I was going to bring an alarm
Flint.
clock with me.
Alarm clock,
So I don't wake up late.
battery powered,
I don't
solar powered.
You know, because if you sleep in on the beach, you get burned.
Oh, that's true.
Ouch. And
Only you, fair
want to
skinned
make
one.
sure you want to make sure that you wake up early enough to get all your stuff together in the morning before after.
That's not fucking worse than rope.
No, it's not. Somehow
my
it's
God,
not.
how is
Also,
it not?
also, if the settlers came, like those inhabitants of the island, you'd be like, "Look what I have." You know they've never
And
seen
they
an
get
alarm clock
freaking
before.
ring and then
Yeah.
they'll leave you alone.
They'll call you God and worship you.
He's got the noisemaker.
He's got the noisemaker.
Good lord. Alright.
He knows what time it is.
The bringer of early mornings.
What
He
is
says
that?
he'll be here at 12. When is 12?
12 when the sun is past the rock on the quarter.
That'd be hilarious.
All right,
That'd be
so
so funny.
I give us about 3 days on this island.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
An alarm clock, a toothbrush, and a piece of rope.
We'll have healthy
I
teeth.
said-
We'll never miss an appointment, and we'll
Hang ourselves.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And
All
then
right.
we'll wake up early.
So back to
Reality.
We're really flopping back and forth here, but with the goat that she tried to kill, how it reminded us of that raccoon story.
Oh yeah.
So I actually think I told you this too, Jim, but we were driving back.
Well, okay. Tell them the whole.
Zach.
Okay,
Go ahead.
we were at Matt and Mike's house, the twins' house, for brocation or whatever like that. We all were
Yeah.
drinking that night. and just-
Brocation is like a thing that they're doing. Like it's actually still going on this week. It's like a whole week of just like
Bunch
a
of
bunch
bros.
of dudes. It's like a huge LAN party down in their basement, and they're just we actually had a couple people come from out of town that we game online with. So it was cool to see like a couple of them like for the first time ever, and the first night was the only night that Zach and I could make it because of all this stuff, how busy we've been, and so yeah, did you?
Yeah, it was fun. It was a lot of fun playing
Yeah.
around the world. and
But
stuff
yeah,
like
but we didn't do video games, which I was kind of glad because even though it would have been fun to do LAN, we can always play. Like no matter, I was more concerned with the people that live so far away. Like there was a guy from like Montana or Wisconsin or something
that.
like
And
that.
another guy from Chicago.
Yeah. And so, but like the guy from Montana or Wisconsin or whatever, I had never seen him before. So I was like, I can only be here one night. If I could be there the whole week, then I'd have no problem playing games on the first night. But
Yeah.
I was like, I want to like hang out with these guys and like have a good time, which
Because it's
like,
always a cool experience to put a face with somebody's voice.
is it? It
Yeah.
was so weird because I was just like, you always have a face picked out for them
And
already.
You're like, you
Yeah.
don't look like that.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
not you.
Yeah.
That's not you.
I remember I got a couple comments like that when I first posted a video on YouTube with my face in it. They're like, a couple of them thought that I was black, and then the rest of them were just like, I didn't really expect you to look like that. And that's all they put. I was like, I don't know how to
What
take
does that mean?
Yeah, like, nah, I think I'm unsubscribing. You look weird.
Yeah,
You
I
look
just-
weird.
Yeah, they didn't say you look bad or you look ugly or you look hot. They're just like, I just expected you to look different. And I was like,
What does that mean?
Okay, sorry.
No, but it's always a crazy thing to experience though, meeting somebody
Yeah.
that you've talked to online for like a while.
Yeah.
Or on the phone.
So
On the phone.
Like,
yeah.
I work with a lot of people where I talk to people on the phone, but I've never seen them.
Yeah.
I talk to them frequently.
Don't you like picture a face like
Oh,
making
yeah.
the mouth
And then
movements?
occasionally I get to meet them and I'm like, oh, man, what?
God.
And I go,
Ew. It's the
Ew.
first word interaction you had.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
I'm never talking to you again.
God, you stink.
Well, you have to because I work with you.
Yeah.
But anyways,
What's wrong with your face?
Zach and I stayed there till like 4 o'clock, and then we were
In the
leaving.
morning.
Yeah, 4 o'clock in the morning. And then we
You
we
decided to
left.
drive home.
Yeah, well, yeah, because I wasn't sleeping on. There were like 10 guys there, and
There was like
one bed.
You know, if you
and
stay
there
there
were
couches.
too long, you ended up fucking them.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Any more than 6 more hours, and I would have ended up fucking Zach. According to Zach,
Not gonna
Maybe
happen.
Zach would have fucked me.
I
I
would've-
would
What were
I
you
would've
gonna
killed
do?
you.
Not fuck them?
Yeah, seriously.
Oh my god.
Like you're there, you might as well.
Might as well.
Shit.
So we've built up this story, and it's not even that great of a story.
No, I didn't even know. Okay, I'm in front of Andre, and I'm in my car.
Yeah, we
And
were
going
driving
down
the
this
same
like
road.
this like road that's like there's like maybe a couple houses on it though.
My school is on that road. You know, the one that I went to since I was
It
in
doesn't
middle
really matter.
Yeah.
It's in a shitty ass location anyway.
It's right next to a cornfield. I'll give you that.
Yeah, okay. Like you're just in the middle of nowhere.
Well,
Drive past the school with some houses, and I guess I'm not even paying attention to the bottom of my car. I'm just driving, and all I hear is and I'm like, what the hell was that?
Yeah.
And Andre's like calling me on my phone. I'm like, what the fuck?
Well, because as soon as I was plugging in my phone because my phone was getting ready to die. So I was plugging in my phone in my car. I wasn't really paying attention. I like how we were both driving at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Not paying attention. But I was just looking straight ahead. I wasn't looking at the ground.
Yeah,
or anything.
I was kind of like, have you ever been driving and like been doing something on your phone, like whatever? Maybe that's why they say don't text and drive. And then you look back up and you're like, how long have I been looking at my phone? Like, I think instinctively you keep looking up and checking the road, but sometimes I'll look up for a second. I'll be like, I don't think I've looked at the road for like a
Breaking
solid 30
news
seconds.
tonight: Andre dies on the road.
But that was a long time ago, before all that, when all that was legal.
A lot of the
When
times
all was legal.
A lot of times I just do that, but it's not looking at my phone. It's sleeping. And how long have I been asleep when I was driving?
Oh my
I missed that. I missed that ride.
You just take those extended blinks that
Yeah.
turn into mini naps.
No, oh my god.
Yeah,
Have you ever had that happen?
oh, all the time.
Every day.
Almost every day.
Almost
on the way
every-
to and from work.
No, have you heard the time like when you
Oh
drive?
god, hold on. We need to finish this story.
Yeah.
One more time,
All
one
right.
more thing. No, like have you heard the time like when you're like driving and then you get home and you're like, how did I get home? Like I didn't take that long at all to
Yeah.
get home, and you're just like,
Zach,
whoa.
you've been
Yeah.
smoking too much rope.
Too much of that rope.
Oh my god.
All right. Anyway, so
Back to the story.
raccoon under the car.
Yeah, and then long story short, long story short.
Exaggerated story
I
short.
saw this huge raccoon. I swear to God, it could have been like a
was a tiger?
medium-sized dog. It was
A
like
dog?
it was.
I probably
huge.
hit a dog. Now you make me feel.
You know what's
terrible.
funny is Morgan saw it the next morning.
Oh really?
Yeah, because I told her the story and she's like, "Oh my God, I saw that raccoon. It was huge." But it was a raccoon and it was like on its back, just wiggling like. It was almost like a bug that had fallen on its side. You know, that like wiggle like crazy to try and get up. But it was because Zach hit it, and it was just like wiggling everywhere, just like dying. And it was like that image is like scarred into my brain, and I was just like, oh my God, I can't believe I just saw that. Like that raccoon was dying.
No, but that road is like 45, 50, and like going down it. There was no damage done to my car, which is a miracle.
Yeah, because that raccoon was huge. But well, thank God.
He probably should have.
I mean, you killed the raccoon, but thank God no damage was done.
I know.
Thank God. You
You know,
only
there's
took a
so many-
life from the earth.
Oh, there's too many raccoons out there. They all need to die one time.
Yeah.
They do.
I remember Morgan said that I actually think you said that too when I called you. You're like, you should just hit it and put it out of its misery.
That's what I said. Yeah.
But you can't. You have to understand that when you look up and you see this huge thing on its back
should just
swerving
went,
around,
"Ba-ba-dum."
your instinct is to swerve away from it. So I was like, I'm not gonna hit that. And if I do, I gotta go scoop it up and eat it for dinner.
You do. You gotta get roadkill off the road.
That's just how it goes.
Whatever you hit, you gotta. You know, if you hit a deer, you actually have to like, you have to keep the deer or whatever like that.
What? No, you
You have
don't.
to keep the deer.
Yeah. If
Oh,
you
yeah. You hit it. Put it in your trunk.
Get over here. Put it in the trunk. You hit it.
No, but you have the right to do that though. You have the right to.
You have
keep
the
it.
right. Okay,
It's-
it
it's
started
something
off as
wrong.
you have to.
It's a requirement.
You're supposed to. Well,
You
if-
hit it, you
if
eat
don't,
it.
If you don't pick it up, you have to call the sheriff department and have it come pick it up. or
You
whatever.
hit it. You shit it.
You have to call like a number.
Yeah, we have to call the actual like sheriff number, not 911.
Not the sheriff.
What's the sheriff gonna do? He's gonna
They
call
have to come around and
He's gonna call
pick
the
it up.
animal control.
Is there animal
Haven't
control
you
out there?
Haven't you ever seen?
Is there animal control out there?
Haven't you ever seen Dexter?
That was to do with animal
Yeah,
control.
Dexter.
There was an episode where he tries to kill this guy who scoops up dead animals off the road. That's his
Yep.
job. He gets a call. He's like, "Oh yeah, there's deer and it's fresh, and I'm gonna."
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
He goes
was
over
the
inside
sheriff.
the road, rolls it over, jerks off, then puts it in the back of the truck, rolls out.
every single time.
Okay.
It's written in the manual.
Jeffrey Dahmer style, baby.
Jeffrey Dahmer style.
All right. Well, I have a story. Did you hear about the guys that were arrested for jumping out of the new Trade Center?
Oh no, I didn't
The
know
new
about
what?
that.
The new World Trade Center they're building in New York. It's just one tower. It's
The
called the
base
Freedom
jumped
Tower.
off.
Yeah, the base jumped. 4 of them base jumped off the tower.
On the
they're-
top?
Yeah.
Is it-
well,
is it
that's
like-
not done. No,
Oh, okay.
they're still building it. But they base jumped off of it. Then, like a couple days prior to that, this little boy broke in and climbed all the way to the top of the floors of the building and walked past like a sleeping security guard or whatever like that, and made it all the way to the top.
Oh, I heard about
He
that.
Splinter Celled it.
Yeah, basically, yeah. And they caught him. They arrested him for trespassing. or
Wait,
something
the
like that.
base jumpers caught him?
No,
No, this
Oh,
is
so
a
it's
different
unrelated?
instant.
Oh wow, so a lot's been popping off at the Freedom Tower.
Yeah.
Wow.
Shit's going off.
They're cooking bratwurst, I think, on the 4th floor.
Yeah. Math on the 5th.
Yeah, it happened on
Math
Monday.
on the 5th.
Happened yesterday.
Oh really?
Teaching math.
Oh, okay.
Teaching math on the 5th floor.
Teaching math, grades K through 12. Apply now. Games, you guys.
Yeah, games.
We haven't talked about games
There's
yet.
a lot that's happened in the past week, I believe.
I feel like there is a lot that's happened. I know we haven't, at least I haven't gotten to play that many games. I know today, I guess we should say that we're recording this on a Tuesday. We didn't get to record it on Sunday because
Moving.
we were busy moving and
Yeah.
I started my new job this week, so that was
Congratulations.
Thank you. I am officially, I can call myself a male stripper. I don't have to pretend anymore. So,
You should see his act, his routine.
yeah, my routine. Coming
Polka
to
dot
YouTube
panties.
soon. Don't give it away, man.
Cowboy hat.
It's all about the
Spurs.
mystery. But Reaper of Souls came out today, the expansion for Diablo, so I'm super pumped to play that tomorrow.
Oh, wow.
It's funny because like you go to work from 9 to 5 and then you get home and
You're
by the
tired.
time just by the time you do everything that you have to do, you're just like, oh, I need to go to bed or else I won't get up tomorrow. But yesterday I was super tired after my first day of work. But yeah, so Reaper of Souls, that's pretty much as far as new games that I know of.
Well,
I know
kind of in the
you were
same
playing some
realm.
Titanfalls.
Oh, you played some Titanfall, Zachary?
Yeah, a
Well,
little bit ago. We're about to stream, I guess,
Okay.
in a little bit. Some Titanfall.
Some
We're not streaming. Oh, we're going to stream Titanfall?
Yeah, we can
That's
do
a
that
good
for a little
idea.
bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
I guess just a quick note to anybody who's planning to tune into the streams. Throughout the week, especially once I get this work schedule figured out a little bit better, we are still going to stream pretty regularly, if not every day, every other day. But they're not going to be 6 to 8 hour streams because then I would be doing nothing but working and streaming without sleep. So that wouldn't work out very well.
yeah, dude, you can
That'll
do
work
that.
for a week.
Yeah, dude, 8 times 3 is 24. That's how many hours are in a day. 8 hours of work, 8 hours of streaming, 8 hours of sleeping. Continuous cycle. You're like the recycle
0 hours
sign.
of driving or eating or anything
Yeah,
like that.
You can't eat or shit or anything.
Yeah.
No eating or shitting. But in the same realm of gaming, virtual reality has had a lot of big news this week.
Oh, I think you're about to talk about the story that I looked up as well.
The goddamn story of the year. There's actually
Is
some,
this- is this
some crazy
Facebook?
news.
Are you talking about Oculus Rift?
Talking about some Oculus Rift, baby,
Yeah.
and Sony PlayStation's Project Morpheus,
Ooh.
which is also a virtual reality headset like Oculus Rift.
Okay.
That
I was
just
wondering.
announced
I was
this
wondering
week.
when a big gaming company was gonna hop on that. I don't know if the technology was just like so different from everything else that they just had to like wait for some of it to get leaked or what. But I
Yeah.
was just like, Oculus Rift has been being talked about for a really long time.
Well,
They have to wait till the consoles get up to standards though to be able to do that stuff.
Yeah, but you can do Oculus Rift on like
Whatever.
any kind of
Yeah.
system.
and today, just today, literally today, Facebook bought Oculus Rift.
Yeah.
Facebook bought
For
it.
$2 billion.
$2 billion. You look at the same fucking story. as me?
I looked it
Yeah,
up before.
I saw it too.
And I looked on Zach's phone and he was looking up the same thing. I was like, well,
Guess we're all
We're
talking
all
about
going
it
to
now.
talk about this. I was like, I hope we talk about this.
yeah, yeah,
We all had plans too.
yeah.
No, but that's crazy. Like, I think that's probably going to be the future of gaming. Like,
Well, I was reading the article, and they were talking about how like they want to integrate that into Facebook. Like Facebook, and it says later in the article that Facebook first wants to see out the technology, and they want to, they're like going to make sure the technology is good and solid, so that it will be used in video games and stuff. But further down the line, and from what as they were saying, not too much further down the line, they want to make it so like it's like a Skype call, but you can just walk around the person's house and like they talk about having like a house party. And you could just walk around and they ended it. They're like, and at the end of the night, you can give your date a kiss. But in reality, you're just at your home by yourself.
Kissing your hand.
I was like, yep, that's our future.
And then
Whoa.
you just jack yourself off like she's sucking your...
that screams Matrix right there.
Yeah.
The
It also
fucking- oh my
screams
God.
when I become a parent and I have a daughter, I'll just be like, how like I think I would prefer that for my daughter to go on like a pretend date, but at the
First,
same time I'll just
yeah.
be like watching her while she has those glasses on, like
Don't-
you kiss, don't you make a pucker with your lips.
Don't you
Oh
let him
my
whip his penis out.
Oh yeah, because you could
Oh.
because it'll be like MMO virtual reality.
Yeah, to a whole
Holy
new level.
shit.
Whole new level.
You would literally be able to bang chicks in virtual reality.
That would be awesome.
You never get a venereal disease ever again.
No, VD would be gone.
Yeah, you just have to.
And then they'll ban sex.
Well, the view is there. Like you can see everything, but feeling it, I don't know.
Maybe they invent.
Well, you could just drill a hole in your wall and put some I don't know.
You just get a fleshlight.
Like a tarp covered in Vaseline.
Drill a hole in the wall. Go through this huge process.
I guess. I guess.
Drill a hole in the wall.
There's no holes around here.
No, you don't understand. This is my Oculus Rift hole.
Dude, but like
Smell
seriously,
it. Smell it.
smell my Oculus Rift hole.
Smell that hole.
But like the eventually the world be so populated that it's just you can't leave your house or it'd be chaos. You know what I'm saying? Like
No, that's not how it's gonna happen.
Oh, what?
I watched a TED Talks video actually a really long time ago, and some guy explained how the population is like it's starting to level off, and then it's actually going to either stay at the way it is or fall back down. I forget what he said, but because I always used
How
to
would the
think that,
population fall back down?
well, God, I don't know. You're gonna make me.
Go watch this TED Talk video.
There's a TED Talks video about I don't know, overpopulation or something like that. But because I always thought that, like, and it makes sense kind of if you think about it. Like, people keep having more and more kids. Like I don't know. You know, you have more than 2 kids, and you're pretty much solidifying the fact that the Earth is going to become more populated.
The thing is, people die off. You know, people like older people die off. You know, that they're still accounted for the population. You know, but like there's some people out there that don't want to have babies, have kids, or anything like that. You know, and so I feel like the average like size of a family is going down further and further. You know, it's usually just like 1 kid instead of like 4 or 5.
And a lot of people aren't having kids like early, like our age anymore. You know what I'm saying? People are waiting a long time, and the longer they wait, the less kids they're gonna have.
Yeah, true.
Like when our parents
we were in the baby boomer age where it was just like everyone's having sex all the time, and there's babies everywhere.
We were like at the end of it, sort of. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
I was the last boom in the baby boomer.
Yeah.
Boom.
Boom.
That was you.
You came out like that?
Yeah, I came out of my mom's butthole.
you were the fart after the baby.
She's like, oh, look at this little shit.
Look at this little master.
Oh, shoot. You were going somewhere with that, and I was about to add something, and then I forgot.
Well, I have another gaming news.
Okay.
Call of Duty might be licensing underneath PlayStation, so all their marketing materials will be underneath PlayStation now, Sony, instead of Microsoft. So all like the actual
DLC and everything would come out
first for PlayStation
Oh,
now.
shit.
Because they're saying PlayStation has a better platform than Xbox One.
Clearly.
Wow, what a weird thing
to do.
To publicly state from a company. PlayStation.
Activision to announce Call of Duty's lead platform switching to PlayStation 4.
Wow.
Yeah, I think it's cool. No, so every competition now will be just PlayStation 4, so all the Xbox people can go jack off and cry.
Jack off and cry to Titanfall.
To Titanfall. Hopefully that will be your
Just
new
kidding.
game.
Hey, that's why you just get a PC. You get everything.
You can play everything.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, this is not on PlayStation 4.
Actually, I don't know now that because PC is more Microsoft based. So
PC sucks balls, bro.
You're an idiot asshole.
Idiot asshole.
You're.
So wait,
PC Master Race for life.
Are you Xbox side or PS4 side?
I'm Steam box side.
Steam box?
That's what I'm getting. When that comes out, I don't care what it's like.
That's like the PC though.
Yeah, it's pretty much
sick.
like PC.
But it's sick.
It's sick twisted.
Oh, that's not a PC. That's a Steam box.
That's a Steam box, bitch. Because it has a Steam controller and they'll say Steam box on it.
It says Steam
it's like
box.
Steam box on
and you
it.
can pick out your own one. It'll be so great.
Yeah, I'm so pumped.
And you have so variety of colors.
Oh, I'm such a freaking
You're
loser
so
for
inventive.
liking
You're
Steam
so
box.
inventive.
Sperm box.
Sperm box. That's how you inject a new game.
That's the Oculus Rift thing that I was talking about earlier. It's called the sperm box.
Oh, okay.
The
AKA
Oculus Rift
hole drilled into your
box.
balls.
AKA drill hole in wall.
But that's where I was going. Was saying that what if the world got so popular that like popular
This world is so popular.
God, everybody loves Earth.
Populated. The world got so popular the other night.
No, but it got so popular that like they just started like mandating when you could go outside and stuff, and so like most of the time you're just in your house except for a short period of time in the day, and the rest of the time you're in your house and you just got on your Oculus Rift and just went into WoW or whatever.
People are saying that people are saying like the whole. I think we talked about it. We talked about last podcast or no? Like people are building like we talked about the homeless. Remember I talked about that, didn't I?
No? I don't know.
Okay, well they're building like these like internment camps or whatever for like the homeless.
Oh yeah,
so, like
concentration camps.
Yeah, basically.
Gas chambers.
No, basically that's what they're doing, and they're telling the homeless.
What? They're gassing them?
No.
Gas the homeless.
I said gas chambers, and you're like, oh, basically that's
basically what's going to happen. You know, the Holocaust's going to happen all over the homeless people.
Okay, and everyone's cool with this. I guess.
No, but there's like these camps popping up all over the place. I think it's for that reason because the government's getting too afraid that we're gonna get overpopulated and be like, oh, they're gonna overthrow us because we don't agree with what we want.
Yeah, because I was also thinking about that when we were talking about overpopulation. Like, doesn't the economy have something to say about overpopulation? Because kids are not free.
Not really. No, because you can get, if you don't make a certain amount of money in a tax bracket, you get like a cut. Like my brother, he gets like $6,000 for having a daughter.
Well, okay,
That's
the
insane.
U.S. is a little weird about that. I'm saying like worldwide. Like if you're, I don't know, in China or something, do they have the same kind of system in
No.
place where they're like, oh, we're going to give you money because you
No,
have
actually,
more kids?
I think they were documented for telling people they can't have kids anymore. If they have one more, they kill.
Yeah, I think it was like limit 2 per
Yeah,
customer.
and if they have like
or something
three,
Oh,
they
like
kill.
super customer.
Yeah, so they either kill it when it like comes out or
Board it.
abort
That's
it.
the
Yeah.
definition of takeout right there.
Then they cook it up and
Serve it.
they all talk it over.
They mix it up with a cat and dog and
Yeah.
serve you some Chinese food.
Put it over rice.
Lay it over rice.
Little sake bombs.
Little, you
It's
want
like a
little
stuffed
sake?
pig.
That's their marketing ploy for sake bombs. They'll make your kids taste better.
Oh,
jeez.
my god.
Sake bombs.
That make your kids taste better.
Sake.
That's like
Is
sake.
sake.
I never had that.
Do they sell sake at like a grocery store or anything?
I'm sure, but you get it for like shots of sake when you go to get some sushi.
We
You gotta
need to
say it
do
like
that.
that though.
You
Shots
like
of
sushi?
sake.
No,
You don't like sushi?
The only time I've ever had sushi was I was like a freshman or a sophomore in Bowling Green.
Oh, nope. You should never have sushi.
No,
on
I
vegetables.
didn't like order it though. Like I was at this like the food area that they have, like the Union kind of esque thing, and it's like a big thing. And I went and got a smoothie and I got a burrito and I was checking out, and then they're like, you all check out at the same spot, and there's also a place where you can get sushi and stuff. And there was a girl in front of me that had sushi, and for whatever reason, we just started talking and everything, and then she was like, so have you ever tried sushi? I probably made a comment about her sushi, like, that looks disgusting, you dumb bitch.
I bet
She's
you
like,
didn't.
have you ever had it? And I was like,
You
no.
dumb bitch.
And
That's why I'm all happy.
she just opened it. She opened it and let me try one, and I was like, I tried to pretend like it was good. I was like, as soon as I was going to put it in my mouth, I was like, regardless of how this tastes, I'm gonna pretend that it's good.
That's what I say when a girl opens it up for me too.
When you go down,
Whenever she
Regardless
opens it
how
up,
this
I
tastes.
say, regardless of how this tastes, I'm gonna say it's good.
When I was telling that story, I was just I was looking at your face, and I could just tell something like that was coming. I saw
Yeah, I
it
was-
develop in your
No,
face.
but
Yeah, like my grin got larger and larger, like the Grinch. Like
I bet it's like the same thing for girls though.
What do you mean, dicks?
Yeah, when they like on your penis and then they suck it out.
I was, yeah, but I was just making it like a that's what he said joke. That's what she said.
Jim made a subtle. That's what she said.
I
right?
went too far.
And Zach just turned into a topic of its own.
Yeah.
So let's talk about how we
We're gonna
think
transgress from
penis is.
sushi to vagina to penises.
All right, so
what were we talking about? Sushi. Nice.
so yeah, I tried it and it wasn't for me.
That wasn't for you.
I like sushi though.
I
Sushi's
do like
really
it.
good.
I'm
We
not.
should
I'm
go
not a
then.
seafood person either, though. So
Well,
like, I don't
Andre
know.
can come and watch us slurp down some sushi.
I like
Sushi.
like if they did rice sushi things
With-
wrapped with
with veggies?
chicken, like cooked chicken, I would eat that.
That's-
Ew.
God, that'd be so nasty.
Why rice and chicken would be nasty? You're
Yeah,
right.
that's
Never
sick.
mind. Well, how could I even think of that?
Wrapped up like you're
It's
gonna
not like
pay.
they serve that at every restaurant ever. Would you like some rice and chicken?
rice
No,
wrapped
ew.
up in chicken.
Why don't you go ask
Ew.
Asia if they serve it or not?
Get that rice away from my chicken. I don't like it touching.
when we were talking about groceries, at grocery stores, it reminded me
All
of,
these lead-ins.
it reminded me of that thing that because we went grocery shopping yesterday.
Yeah.
We went grocery shopping. We went to another place to get like home goods and stuff like that. We also went to comic book store, but we'll talk about that in a second.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, we went to the grocery store and we bought so many groceries. We filled your car, like your backseat of your car and your trunk were filled with groceries.
Yeah.
And we normally can park like right in front of our door, right in front of our breezeway, and we got back so late that all the parking lots close were taken. And when I say close, I was like,
You had to park
we
far.
found a parking spot. It was maybe like 20 feet away from where we normally park.
Yeah,
But
so
Jim's
it
like,
wasn't
far.
Jim's like, man, this is too far. And I was like, what are you talking about? I kind of forgot for a second that we had to carry in the groceries, and then when I remembered, I was like, "Oh shoot, you're right. We're gonna have to take."
Oh, you mean we're not genies? We can't just be like, go in my fridge, go in my.
But then I was like, before I could even say, it's still not that far a walk. He's like, "All right, we're getting this all in one trip," and all he does is he sticks his arms out to his side, like straight out, like he's just like, "I want you to just load me up," and I just took all the bags and I kept putting them on his arm.
Yeah, that's what we used to do in our older apartment.
It was the worst though.
No,
like,
but
I was about to collapse.
Yeah, there were so many, like there were gallons
See that
of
bag of
milk.
potatoes just put between my legs.
We spent We spent $250 altogether. When we went shopping.
We spent more than that.
Yeah, probably.
We spent $200 at Walmart and we spent $100 at Big Lots.
Yeah. And then we spent
$40 on comics.
Yeah, comic books.
Yeah, we had a pretty expensive outing, and then Jim was determined to get it all on one trip, and it was I couldn't even stop laughing the whole time I was loading him up. So it probably took twice as long to load him up, and then like for the final, so he had like these arms full of bags just hanging from me, looked like a huge weird homeless Christmas tree, and then we like put the huge box of these glasses that we got, and he carried those.
Did you carry anything?
And then I just took like a broom and like a couple bags, and I was like, I gotta get the door. So
Audrey's the woman.
I was like, wait, what?
I got to the door like 20 minutes before him.
20 minutes.
It was a longer walk than we thought.
Oh man, I was going so slow. I could barely move.
You were turtling.
It was turtle poking out.
Yeah, the yesterday I think it was, I guess. We like live in like, I don't want to say it's not like an apartment. It's like a
townhome.
Yeah, but like how would you explain like this whole
cul-de-sac?
It's like a community of.
Yeah, it's a community. It's a common area, but there's just like a bunch of these places like
apartment complex.
That's what I wanted to say, but it's not an apartment. Like this isn't an apartment.
This is a townhouse.
Yeah, so it's just a bunch of townhomes, I guess. Yeah. But all I'm saying is it looks so similar. So when I got back from work and I parked, I took it every time I put in my GPS this address because I'm still not familiar with how to get here from different places.
You just take Bethel.
Okay, so God, you made me lose my fucking train of thought. I pulled in and I was like, oh, I'm just gonna park right here, and I went up to the door and I went to unlock the door and it wasn't even my door.
Again, remember the last night we were here one.
Well, that was different.
I know,
because that was like one house down. I was like, all right, this is it, and I was like, no, it's the next breezeway over. I'm talking about I was like 2 full developments this way, and I just kept walking because I was like, all right, it's got to be this next one. Nope. All right, it's got to be this next one. Nope. And I was
get back in my car.
I was like, as soon as I turn around to go, it's just going to be right there. So I eventually found the house. But
did you walk? Did you still walk, or did you go back?
I still walked because all I had to do is come in here and get. I forget what I was getting, but I was going right back out. Oh, I had to get the papers to turn in for all of our stuff, for all of our checklists of stuff that we did for the house. One of my least favorite things about moving into a place, but
checklist.
That was a
new
bitch.
Stove, please.
New stove. We were doing that. We marked down a couple stains for every room.
Yeah, every room. Started in the living room, and we're like, carpet condition looks good, and I'm almost positive this is a new carpet. And Jim's like, just put down a couple stains, just in case that way when we move out.
It's like us that we got screwed over.
Oh, we did. That's why I was like, we gotta give us some leeway, like a couple stains on the floor.
Yeah.
There's black stains everywhere over the walls.
I think it's smart to do that though. Like not necessarily make things up, but just be like really observant and write down a lot of things because you might not care, but the next people that move in might care, and then they'll charge you for it. So it's just like
plus the apartment people they come in and look afterwards, and they look all the time, so they know what to look for and where to look.
Yeah.
Where shit gets messed up, and we just come in here and did it in 10 minutes and just made shit up.
Yeah.
A couple stains. Looks like there's some lime scale.
A couple of stains has now become a running joke. Between Jim
Hashtag couple of stains.
Hashtag couple of stains. All right. Are you guys ready for this week's dog video?
Oh yes, show us this week's dog video.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
So it turns out that dogs react to magic tricks just like people do.
Wow.
This video I was expecting a lot more out of this video when I watched it, but it's still kind of funny just to watch.
There's some parts that are really funny.
I'll go ahead and play it for Jim because you've seen it already, right, Zach?
Yeah.
Play it for me.
So I'll go ahead and play it for you. This video is titled "Magic for Dogs." Taikuda Correal. Yeah, you don't. That guy's speaking a different language.
Oh.
Yeah, Magic for Dogs. I'm pretty sure by the embedded play button that it's on YouTube. But yeah, so basically this guy does this kind of like sleight of hand trick where he puts a treat in his hand and then he bends down to give it to the dog and then he makes it disappear and shows him their hands.
The dog's freaking out.
And the best part is, I mean, it's just basically a repeat of that same trick for all these different dogs, but some of the dogs' reactions are just hilarious. Like if you look at the title of the article and you're like, oh, dogs react to magic just like people do.
Yeah.
If you just kind of like put words into their actions, like, wait, where'd it go? Oh
Yeah,
my
they're
god,
like, what?
you're insane,
Oh
you're
my-
awesome.
Yeah.
And like some of them get happy, some of them like just keep looking down at their feet,
Some
like,
get
did you
pissed
just drop
and run
it?
They're looking
Someone
out,
gets
they're
scared and run away.
Yeah. I think the last dog on the video just gets scared and run away.
looking
Spoiler
all
alert.
over for it.
But yeah, so that was the
This little chihuahua was like, oh, what the? They start looking on the ground like, did he drop it? Like,
Yeah.
I missed that. What the hell?
yeah. Some of them are convinced that it was dropped, and then some of them just instantly know right away that this guy's a.
He looks up at it. The Rottweiler looks up at him like, what the? He looks at his face. Like, he comes at his face.
Some of them just turn directly and look at
Like
the
this
camera.
one.
Oh, that one got scared. He's like, what
Someone
the
gets
fuck?
pissed off. It's like barking at him and shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
it freaks out. Sally.
I think my favorite reactions are the ones that just instantly like see that it's not there, and then look right at the camera like, am I being punked right now?
Yeah,
Or,
like punked.
or what's going on? But
We got you, Ruffed and Kutcher.
rubbed and Kutcher. So
Wow,
yeah,
that's
I
funny.
don't know what you do that makes you like want to do that experiment, but
That's a pretty good experiment.
yeah.
Like,
Kudos to
who'd
him
have
for
thought?
thinking about that.
Well, I mean, it's almost the same thing where like you fake throw the ball to the dog and then it goes after it and there's like turning around like, what the hell?
Yeah. How many times does a dog have to fall before it knows? I guess they just trust us too much.
You drunk.
as humans.
Drunk off Four Locos.
Yeah, they get drunk off Four Locos.
Speaking of Four Locos, Four Locos.
What?
How did you like that? You
I was
that?
like, where did he say? Did I say something that sounded like? Oh, it was just a transition.
How
Got
did you,
it.
did you like that transition?
That was a pretty good transition.
Speaking of Four Locos, Four Locos to cease production.
Really?
Yes.
Finally?
So they went from crazy, insane Four Locos. Let's explain Four Locos probably for
Four
maybe
Loko
people who don't know what they
was
are.
originally an energy drink
Created here in Ohio.
created in
Really, I
Ohio
didn't know it was created
Yeah.
in Ohio.
and it had a very high alcohol.
It was an
content.
alcoholic energy drink.
Yeah,
But it had
which
a
is
lot of caffeine. And a lot of
a
alcohol.
lot of alcohol. Like you drink it, and you like, I'm gonna turn whatever color I'm drinking orange.
Yeah. Well, the big problem is, well, first of all, it tastes like gasoline. That was
Yeah.
a pretty big problem.
Literally tasted like gasoline. And
Yeah.
You're like, this might be gas.
Yeah, but it had
Don't
a lot
match
of,
near
it had a
me.
lot of alcohol and a lot of caffeine. So you were so hyped, you were just like so full of energy that you wanted to keep going and keep partying and keep drinking in it, and it ended up like killing people, didn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
some
it's
people
good. The
would
thing
die.
is, energy drinks don't get you drunk faster. It makes you not realize how drunk you are.
Yeah.
That's
But
what
it does make you get drunk faster too.
That
Yeah,
was proven
well,
on MythBusters.
Well, there's a
Carbonated drinks get you drunk faster.
well, I don't know about the science behind it, but all I know is that there are people who would just have one of those. Like, I mean, it was a tall can. I don't know exactly how many fluid ounces was in a Four Loko, but I know that there were some people who would just have one of those cans, which were like, I don't know, like $3 or something. I forget how much they even were.
Yeah.
But you like that would be their night. They'd just have that one can, and they'd just be like, all right, I'm set.
yeah,
And
I'm
I mean,
set.
That used to be one of my favorite drinks back when I first started.
Oh,
drinking.
if you wanted to have like a pretty crazy night, you'd
Yeah.
be like, I'm gonna pop a Four Loko down before we go out.
Yeah, the first one tastes like crap, but if you get a second one, it'll taste like a Jolly Rancher. Straight
Yeah,
up.
and then at the end of the night, you will puke.
And you will puke your guts out.
You just make sure you're in an area like once you're done having fun, you go home. You're like, now I'm gonna puke.
Now
Here's
I'm
my
gonna be in the
designated
bathtub.
puke corner in my room, and I'm going to fill this thing.
And then and if you brought a girl home or something, you'd be like, oh yeah, I got this chick home. And you'd be like making out with her, and you'd be like, I gotta go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. She's like, are you okay? He's like, yeah, we're just going too hard. We're going too fast right
Too
now.
fast.
Good.
Hold on, I forgot to brush my teeth. Right back.
My heart's racing.
So low.
Do you feel that?
So okay, that's how Four Locos used to be, and then they took the alcohol, or no, they took the caffeine out of it, right?
Yeah, they made less caffeine in it, I think.
Okay, I thought they removed the caffeine entirely.
Maybe
I
they did.
Maybe I had it once after they did that, or maybe not. Maybe after I heard, after I found out, I never got them again. But I might have actually had them a couple times when they didn't have the caffeine in them.
Yeah.
I don't know. So I guess it's bad to drink like Red Bull then, like Red Bull vodka or Red Bull stuff like isn't that the same thing pretty much?
It's the same concept.
Yeah.
But it doesn't.
I guess they're not sold as a pack.
No.
So like with a Four Loko, you can't separate the caffeine from the alcohol. You
Because-
can't be like,
because the only thing
I
is-
want to have the caffeine during the week, and then on the weekend I'll have the alcohol part.
Because like alcohol is a downer, so like you want to drink uppers, and so you can't feel the effects of alcohol, but you are really trashed.
Yeah.
It's a sweet idea, and I like doing it, so I give it 2 thumbs up. I think you guys should go home and do it.
4 stars.
4 stars.
4.5 stars.
4.5 stars.
4.5 stars.
Drinking is fun.
How about that? What's that TV show?
Review.
Oh man, that TV show is killer.
Hot new show.
Hot new show on
Comedy
I
Central.
think we might have shouted it out last week.
And we're
too.
shouting out again though.
Yeah, we
But
definitely did.
that show is just getting outrageous.
So fun.
Getting out of hand.
But another related note: how about March Madness? Has anyone been watching that? Anybody?
Nope.
Nope.
Nope. Okay, well,
I can actually no. I can safely say that I did watch.
we watched the Dayton game
Yeah, well,
at the Twins' house. Yeah,
Dayton, Syracuse.
yeah.
I don't know how well people will be able to relate to that story unless we make it in a broad term because Ohio State. So just think of hometown. Like I don't know, they were that high of seed, were they?
Yeah, they were.
Well, I mean, okay, so it was an upset, like first round upset.
Yeah.
I don't know how else to explain this. I'm really bad at talking about sports.
First round upset.
First round upset.
Against Dayton, and Dayton is in Ohio.
Dayton is in Ohio.
They're northern Ohio.
Yeah. So it was just weird because Dayton, if you think about like the main college basketball team in your state fighting, that would be sweet. I would watch sports all the time.
March Madness, it's really fighting.
Playing against like a lesser known college.
Well, basically, everybody wants to go to Ohio State over Dayton.
Yeah.
So Dayton's like the rejects.
Yeah,
of
the
Ohio
rejects.
State. Yeah.
Yeah, and then so they won. So then like I don't know. I was never like rooting for anybody. And then everyone was talking about the game afterwards, and I actually thought it was just like a normal game. I didn't know it was even the playoffs yet, and I was just like, and it was actually cooler to me when I found out it was playoffs because I was like, oh yeah, screw Ohio State. Screw the state that I'm from.
Screw this state.
But yeah, and then so after that, after you root for the underdog, like you just want the underdog to keep winning, and I guess they won against Syracuse or something like that. So
Yeah, they beat Syracuse. Syracuse is, I think, a 3 seed.
yeah,
Yeah, which is crazy.
yeah, we were watching that game.
Yeah.
I was with Zach. It was when we were at Brocation, and I actually we were just watching it on the couch before we started getting jiggy with it, and I was like watching the game, and I was like, the clock was ticking down. I was like, all right, it's almost at the end of the first half. Wow, this game is pretty close, and then I realized that it was actually the end of the second half, and it was like tied, and I was like, holy crap, that's so crazy. But
Yeah.
so like the last 20 seconds of the game is when I actually started really paying attention to it, and yeah, they ended up winning. So that's
Yeah,
all I got for sports.
there have been some crazy upsets this year though. And if anyone has comments on that, leave comments in the comment section below.
We'll
What's
have,
the
we'll have
craziest
a
comment?
weekly delayed
I think-
talk about
Yeah,
about
no,
sports.
but Dayton seeds. Ohio State was a 6 seed, and Dayton was 11, and Syracuse was a 3, and Dayton was at 11. So like that's a huge upset for
Yeah.
Syracuse.
Did we talk
because
about
they
the
were
brackets?
number 1?
Did we talk about the $1 billion bracket?
Yeah, we did last week.
Oh, did we?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I believe we did. But there's some crazy upsets. Like
It's hard
Duke
to-
lost, which is insane
Yeah.
because Duke is like a powerhouse, and they lost to like I think a 12 seed.
This just in: Duke just lost the tournament.
Yeah, they lost. No, that's not them.
So, did you make a bracket?
Did I?
My bracket's just trash, so I threw it out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did you like go in with other people? Like
Yeah,
put
my
money
work.
in?
Yeah, like at my work, we had a pool, or like everybody does this usually. And I don't know, they probably did it at your work before you got there or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, so like you have the chance. So you fill out a bracket, and then if your bracket's close, and whoever wins collects the entire pot. You know,
Oh,
and whoever
nice.
comes second gets like some of the cut.
My work also, they were talking about. I just kind of overheard it. They were talking about like a I forget what they even called it, but they had like a bracket where they put like I don't know, like they put like Darth Vader against Luke Skywalker or something like that.
Oh, really?
Like, they just made up like a bracket with a bunch of people in it from like Star Wars and other sci-fi things, and I thought that would be cool. I meant to ask him more about it, but I haven't yet. But all right, well, you guys, I think we're running a little long here.
I think we're running a little long, but we should get to some of the questions.
Let's finish it
from
up with some
Twitter.
Twitter questions.
Um,
I'm gonna go ahead and not even look at Twitter and let you guys just pick and choose.
that's
All right,
fine.
you can go first, Jim.
Well, I did.
You went first
I
last
know
time?
that we read hers last week, but she's got good questions. Paulina Paulina comes at us with a get with.
Nope, you
with
can't
this
answer the
again.
question. Don't read it.
Don't read it. Okay.
Can't show
Next question.
favoritism. Go
No,
ahead.
this is one of the better ones I thought though. I mean, if you had to live in a video game for the rest of your life, what video game would you live in?
Ooh, that is a good one.
It's a good question.
That is such a good one because I'll be playing a video game and I'll be like, this is the greatest video game ever. I'm always going to play this for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
And then you don't.
And then, like, maybe, you know, if it's a really good game, like maybe a year later, I'll be like, oh, God, I don't even want to play this game anymore. Like, I'll just overkill on it.
Yeah.
Like, and that's just me spending, like, maybe 6 hours in one day on it.
Yeah.
And, like, you doing that over and over again, not to mention 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. That's a really tough question.
But like living in a video game, like I'd pick like
It has
Animal
to be-
Crossing or.
It has to be like an open world RPG, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because
Minecraft.
it'd get a little hectic. if
Like,
you're
you
living
can't live in
Halo.
Mario.
Yeah, yeah.
That'd be
Like,
terrible.
you
You
just
just like
keep-
Donkey Kong. That'd be
You
even
go
worse.
left and right.
You
Yeah.
have to jump up
Yeah.
Yeah.
on every stage of Donkey Kong and have him throw fucking barrels at you.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, let's think about it this way: if you lived in like a platformer like Donkey Kong or something, they would obviously it would keep generating. Like you wouldn't have to play the same levels over and over again.
Well, would you have to play all the time? Could there be any rest time? You have to keep playing.
you live in the game.
Yeah, you live in the game, but like, that's where you live. Like when it's not turned on, and people aren't playing it. You don't have to perform.
No, you live in the game. It's no longer you're only alive when it's turned on. Like, yeah, you don't have to always go out and like, you know, if you're in Skyrim, you don't always have to go out and like kill dragons and go through dungeons. Like you can just talk to the townsfolk.
Yeah,
you
have
can
a
sleep.
beer.
Yeah, you can have a beer, but there's always that ability to go.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like it would be like this world, except for set in medieval times. You don't really have a job in Skyrim, do you? I mean, if you need to make money, you just
Well, then you
Do
get attacked by
quests.
fucking dragons and shit.
yeah. Are we doing it that if you die, or do you?
You
respawn?
die. You can't respawn.
You can't
'Cause
respond. This is
danger-
death. These
like-
are living.
Like
Game.
danger would make me not pick a lot of games that I would normally pick.
Well, yeah, but like, yeah, that's true.
Like
Like
if
Call
you-
of Duty?
Like Skyrim would
You're
be.
just in war all the
Skyrim
time.
would be. I don't know if I'd want to live in Call of Duty.
That'd be terrible.
no, you'd
That's
be like,
a little
oh god, another match.
Yeah.
I'm trying to hide.
I'm trying to take a
Shut
nap.
up. Yeah.
You take 20-second naps in the lobbies and that's it.
I'm living in this fucking lobby.
When you're in the lobby, it's just like a lobby full of like weird, gross dudes. And
Yeah.
It's just like some elevator music playing. Like,
Dun, dun, dun.
but I don't know. I'd probably do something like Skyrim or I want to say Borderlands, but I think the aesthetic of it would get to me after a while.
I feel like,
I'm
yeah,
in a
it'd be-
cell shaded world. Like
Oh,
what the
yeah.
hell? But
It'd be
yeah,
scary too, because the people in there are kind of scary.
yeah. So
I'd end up killing
I'd
myself.
probably go with Skyrim.
Skyrim.
Actually, I'm gonna live in Hearthstone.
Oh, he lives in the card game.
I'm just always at a table playing cards.
All right,
Next.
I have another question.
You
Well,
didn't
you gotta
whoa.
answer this question,
what
bro.
game would I want to live in?
Yeah.
Wait, did you answer, Jim?
No.
Oh, okay.
You're just
Well, because-
rolling.
Because you're taking forever.
Well, I want to put some thought into my answer.
No, there's no thought in
I was
answer.
thinking I'd probably live in Mega Man because Mega Man is like.
we just talked about that earlier.
We were talking about living in Mega Man.
No, playing Mega Man on Nintendo.
I want to live in Mega Man.
You want to live with me?
That's probably why I want to live there because it's fresh in my head. But it'd be cool, you know, like hang out with Mega Man, hang out with his brother Zach. Is his name Zach?
I don't
it's
know.
Maddox.
I don't think it's Zach. I
I
really
forget.
don't think it's
In
Zach.
the
You
comments
give me-
below, what's
you-
Mega Man's brother's name?
All right, what game would you live in, Zach? You would not want to live in Mega Man. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Oh yeah.
There's
yeah.
no
I
way.
might want to live in. Right now, I'd probably live in Titanfall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Titanfall would be pretty. Here's the thing, like
That would be scary.
if
I know you have to be really good at it.
and
and
that's
not
that's
die.
another thing like Call of Duty. Like Titanfall would be, I think, more fun to live in than Call of Duty. But if you add like the whole Skyrim aspect where you can be out of that battle if you want, and you can like just live like when you spawn into the game and you do that tutorial, how you're kind of like in that room that like overlooks what you think is like a sunset, but it turns out to be a spaceship. Like if you
Yeah.
could just go back on the spaceship and just like
Hang out.
hang out,
And then you want to go back to.
anytime
fighting
you want to
again.
battle, you can. Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe.
I think like those type of games like Call of Duty. I think that would be like if you got placed in a game, it would be kind of like an open world.
Yeah.
You know, it's not just like a level because there's more to that level. You know, that you're just not able.
Yeah,
to
once you save the world, it just turns to normal, right? Like once you beat Call of Duty, it'll just turn to a happy world.
Right.
So it's like I gotta get through this campaign and then I'll have a sweet life.
If I die, I'm
Yeah.
dead though.
You like want to live in Call of Duty after you beat the campaign mode, you get a job, and it's just like it's just like normal,
No,
normal day
I'm back to
day.
normal
But
life.
except there's a gun glued to your hand.
Yeah, you
all you can see is just your hands. You can't see your feet or anything.
Yeah.
You'd be at work like, I disagree.
I can't type on this keyboard.
All right, let's get a couple more questions in.
What else do we have?
Make sure they're good.
Okay, from Matty Nuggets.
Matty Nuggets.
Yeah, that's what his name. Well, McChicken.
At McChicken Monkey.
McChicken Monkey. Would you rather? Where is? Hold on. No. That's not it. Dang it.
Okay.
You just made a bunch of noise.
Would you rather have a real life pause button or a rewind button?
I'd probably have a real life rewind button. Hello, pause. That's like.
Yeah, I think definitely rewind. It would. I think my answer might be changed if it said fast forward or rewind. But actually no, because then you'd be skipping parts of your life.
Yeah, I think pause would be cool because you pause. If your boss is being a dick, you can walk. Because I don't like my boss that much, so I walk him and kick him in the nuts.
But what's better than pausing? You could go kick him in the nuts, see how he reacts, and then rewind it and pretend like you never did it.
Yeah, boom.
What if he remembers it though? Does it erase his memory though?
No, it's rewind.
It's rewind. So
if you rewind a movie and start it from the beginning, does everyone already know how it's going to end in the movie?
You never know that. You're not in the movie.
And it's your button, so it's a time machine.
Yeah,
it's your button.
Pretty much a time machine.
I'll rewind back all the way back and start Google.
Yeah, it's pretty much the movie Click.
I would have been a.
Could you start Google? What would you say?
I'd be like a 12-year-old kid.
You wouldn't know the code. You wouldn't know anything. You'd just be like, it's this thing called Google, and you search things in it, and then just be like, you're an idiot. We'll just wait for someone else to invent it.
Okay.
Do you think? I couldn't.
I don't know, but I'll go back to the person who started YouTube. That helped start Google. I'd go to him and tell him the idea, and he'd be like, "That's a good idea." And I'd be like, "Can I want 2% of your profit?"
2% for giving the idea.
No. The guy who gave him the idea got $16 million. That was 1% of Google.
Yeah, but how about you just say, "I want half because I gave you the idea"?
Because I'm not trying to be greedy now.
You gave him the idea, and you want 2%?
Yeah, that's what 20.
Hey, without me, this wouldn't exist. I want 2%. No, I'd say 50. 50-50 there.
We're on Shark Tank right now?
Maybe even more. Like, what's he doing? He's just doing the legwork of your idea.
So 70%.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's personal preference. I definitely wouldn't say 2% though.
2% milk. You just say 2% because you know it from milk.
You just know it from milk.
From milk.
Yeah, it's where you get 2% from.
All right,
milk.
Let's get one more question.
All right, one more question. This one comes from Frosty.
All stream regulars in the questions.
Hey, if your question isn't being picked, it's because it sucks.
We also might pick it next week. So if you feel like you have a good question, be sure and tweet it out or tweet it to us. We tweet out before we do the podcast.
Yeah. Frosty says, if you could have one talent, not a superpower or anything, just a normal skill, what would that talent be?
Man. That I think that stuff like that changes at different parts of my life.
Yeah.
Like when I was in college, I would want a talent that could get all the chicks.
Talent.
But now I want a talent that would like.
I want to be like
make
LeBron.
me, make me like really good at a job or something. Like make me like.
Like me right now, I would want to learn. I would want to know all code.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I want to be able to be a developer.
Because we're designers right now. So if we could design websites and then just
be able
to be able to code it all. We could be a one-man
make
wrecking
apps.
crew.
Yeah, it would be insane.
One-man wrecking machine.
Yeah, I guess that's a more realistic approach to it. But I think playing the violin can't be discredited in this situation.
Oh, can't. That's a panty dropper.
Because
panty dropper.
I know for a fact my girlfriend loves the violin music.
She loves it.
What would your talent be, Zachariah?
It'd probably be what I like back in the day. It'd probably be some sports-related thing.
I think back in the day, mine would be playing guitar.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think that gets chicks. Just being able to sit out with like an acoustic guitar or something, and just like play some random woman a song.
Give one back in the day like you did, and give one what would you want now?
So is yours now coding?
Because, mine would be coding.
Because that's something that I really think I would want to do too. But I think maybe just being able to cook really good would be pretty cool. Yeah. Like just being like a master chef, like. I can just go to the grocery store and know exactly.
You can start your own business.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd start a business cooking, but it would be nice just to be able to cook like
food truck.
Yeah, it's nice just to be able to not have to go spend a crap load of money at a restaurant to get nice food and just be able to make it myself.
Make it for $12 instead of paying $40.
Yeah. I was kind of spoiled and grew up with a lot of like home cooked meals. Like my mom cooked all the time. So now that I'm like
spoiled. We went out to 5-star restaurants every single night.
Yeah, it tasted like it, but we actually didn't. So and now I'm like by myself and I'm like.
Macaroni and
me
cheese.
And Jim. We had chicken.
Good.
Chicken tacos tonight, and they were pretty dang good.
Chicken burritos, basically.
Chicken burritos, yeah.
We made burritos.
Helping me.
And who else?
And my girlfriend.
Okay,
Me.
there's
Yeah.
the equal factor
no.
of that.
She can't take credit for that chicken. That was my masterpiece.
We
Little olive oil in
we
there.
did do that pretty much ourselves. I
Okay,
mean,
you gotta
there's
explain
a
how you got
little,
the cans
good.
open.
I opened all 4 cans, all 4 tin cans with just a knife.
Like a caveman.
Yeah.
We didn't. The can opener is at your old place. You haven't brought it over yet.
Yeah.
And
I
there's
still have
like
some knickknacks
there's
to
literally a
grab.
place that we could go right down the road to get a can opener, but we're like, nah.
I just stabbed him through the center and then cut all the way around. I only cut my finger on the last can.
On the
right
last jab.
cut.
On the last jab, it's really a spectacle you have to see to
The
truly
can
appreciate it.
fought back.
It truly added spice to my life.
Spice to your life. Every woman, every girl.
Every woman, every
Spice up your life. People of the world.
spicy. Oh, sorry, that's not what you were saying.
All right, so is that a podcast?
I think that's a podcast.
Is there any-
boys.
Did you say what you were gonna do or no?
Oh, you know what? My talent would probably be
Back then, what would your talent be?
Back
then,
then
now.
they didn't want me. Now I'm hot hoes all on me.
Mike Jones.
Back then, I guess probably play the flute. No.
The flute?
Back then, I don't know. Back then, what this back then?
I
thing
think
is.
maybe
Like, what
maybe
does that
right
mean?
now for you, and correct me if I'm wrong. Would you want to be like really good at being like a record label, like I don't know, like promoting, being able to like super promote yourself, like with your rap albums and stuff like that?
Yeah, I'm already really good at that. Like,
I'm just saying, like maybe have a skill. I don't know if this is necessarily a skill though, but like just
I'm
being
trying
able
to burn
to
it.
being able to have all the
Would you wanna be
connections
good
to
at
just
that?
be like.
I guess to have connections like that, like more connections. Yeah, that's a good. That's
That's
I
a
don't
good
know
skill.
if it's a skill. That's
skill.
just almost like you have it or you build it.
You
or,
have it or you don't.
Yeah. You can always grow into that. But I think one of my top things would be to be able to speak Spanish as fluently as I speak English.
super bilingual.
Spanish would be your language of choice, huh?
Oh yeah, it's the second language of the world. So I would, if I could
What's the
speak
first?
If you
English.
speak fluent Spanish and English, you get paid so much money.
You get paid mucho bucks.
So if you wanna-
you could be a rape suspect and still be like, I speak fluent Spanish, and they're like, you're hired.
What if I told you right now that I would give you the ability to speak fluent Spanish and English, but every other word would be an English and Spanish word, like you'd flip flop it.
That'd be weird. I'd be like,
You'd have to
no,
like
'cause
repeat.
you
You'd have to
never
say your
work anywhere.
sentences in doubles.
Yeah, you'd have to say them in reverse order and stuff. Like, all right, now code this together. Take down
What I'm trying to say is this.
Yeah.
Okay. My name is Diego.
My name is Mayonnaise.
My name is Mayonnaise. All right, that's podcast.
All right, that's a podcast. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Thank you.
/morning/afternoon.
Thank you and have a lovely night.
Thank you to our commenters, Paulina, Frosty, Uniservice,
McChicken.
McChicken
Chicken.
Monkey.
I'm telling you, they're the stream regulars. So if you
Stream regulars.
if you
Faithful.
come to the stream, then we will pick your questions. And if
Stream
you don't,
will
we
be
won't.
down below.
Well, we do. I mean, it's not like we favor the stream, but they did have good questions, and we do recognize their names from the stream. So we're like, hey, those are some of our
Disclaimer: I didn't
peeps.
pick any of the questions, so you can't hold it against me.
Hold it against him. Hold your body.
Mr. Fan, knee.
I thought you guys were gonna plug your Twitters.
I didn't turn it off yet.
Still alive.
That's
She
like-
couldn't kill it.
That's like
So
when
she had to, like-
It's like when you ran over that raccoon.
Yeah. Oh my God. It's another story. Yeah.
Hold on. So wait, let's
Yeah.
finish this island story though.
Yeah. It was
How
crazy.
big was the island?
It-
when you said that, I automatically assumed it was like an island that
was
was
pretty-
like so tiny you could like walk around.
Well, obviously,
No.
yeah, I don't think it was that big. It
No,
was,
well,
it
didn't
was
she
pretty big.
say that there was some other people on the island or something?
She said there was like native people or whatever, but they didn't like speak anything. And then like
They didn't try to kill her or anything.
she like, probably just left her alone. Probably were freaked out. Like, who the
Yeah.
hell is this lady?
That's
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah, but like she just
How'd
like
she get stranded? Was it like a plane crash or a boat?
I
crash?
think it was a boat. Yes, they were sailing.
crash, you said?
Spaceship. They were like sailing or something in her boat. Oh, like when there was like a huge storm and
Think about
they
sails.
lost. They no, but they lost.
You're going
she
wherever
lost
the
like
wind is.
everybody else on the boat or whatever.
Like
and she was
into
like
the sea.
yeah, and so she was by herself. And then another storm hit, and then she blacked out and woke up on a beach.
They're gonna make a movie about this chick.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
got to be.
It's gonna be
Well,
Castaway
it's gonna be
female.
a 6-hour
Castaway
movie.
female.
Yeah.
Cast-
Two.
Castaway
Starring
2.
Jodie Foster. She'd be good in Castaway.
Julia Roberts.
Julia Roberts.
Yeah.
She's
And
too
what's-
pretty for that.
Is there a brand of sports balls instead of Wilson? Like, what's another brand of sports balls?
Spalding.
Rolling.
Spalding! Rollins! Rawlings.
Rollins.
And it's like just like a different thing. Like it's her foot.
It's not a volleyball.
Yeah.
It's like a football.
Yeah, it's a football.
She
Rawlings.
just,
football.
it's like flat, and she like smashes her face into it. That's how
No,
the
but she
face
was like
is.
telling how she had to like the first like couple nights she didn't have anything to drink, so she'd have to like go over to this leaf that would collect water and drink that and break open coconuts and.
But
Oh,
think
yeah.
about it. If you were on an island for 6
But
years,
does anyone know how to survive these days anyway?
but okay, so she survived. That's the end of it.
That's the crazy part.
But wouldn't you make up like a bunch of crazy stuff that you did? Like, oh my god, like this goat story. Does anybody have that on Google Maps, or is that just like, do we just take her word for it because she's been cast from society for 6 years?
Right.
Like, how much credibility do we really give this woman? She probably went a little bit insane. Like, if you had to spend 6 years on an island with yourself, plus these weird natives who never talk to you, and like that would probably drive anybody insane.
Oh yeah.
I mean-
You'd be talking to yourself. You'd be like freaking. I feel like when you got captured. Not when you got captured.
when you got
When
captured,
you got captured by the real world. When you were saved, like you'd be like freaked out.
Yeah.
Like,
well, she said she saw an airplane fly over. This is how she got rescued. Fly over, and they dropped something out of the airplane.
Really?
Holy
Yeah,
shit.
it was like a radio or
Was it
a
like
cell phone.
Push
It was
this button if you're not a zombie.
yeah,
You had to
no,
make
it's
sure
like
she
it's like a
wasn't
care
living in-
package in Call of Duty. Like, ooh,
Yeah.
called in a Pavlo. Fuck.
God damn it!
Wait,
Kills
what's
all
a
the natives.
Pavlo? Oh shit.
These are my friends.
and she's like, she starts shooting all the.
It's
Roommates for life.
with me as in Jimbo.
We signed a blood pact last night.
With
We,
the tip of their.
We both jerked off into a
Snouts.
napkin,
Snouts.
and then,
Oh,
and then
wow.
we blended it up with a little bit of water in a solo cup.
Blended babies.
Put the ejaculate napkin in there.
Oh.
That's
And then,
the
then you had
immaculate
a
conception.
slurp.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
called
on a cup.
parachuting.
Yeah, it's called parachuting. You keep taking sips till it's gone. Whoever gags first just has to finish it. So.
Oh wow, the gag parachute. Parachute.
I don't know
gag.
how that's a blood pact, but that's what we did.
Well, blood came out when I gagged.
Yeah. And also when you came, so it's all good. All right.
Well, there's been a lot of things that's been happening this week.
There have been we've been pretty busy bees, all of us, I think.
Well, the
Yeah.
world, even the world still.
Oh, what about that?
There is.
You know what we didn't talk about last week? That was a pretty prominent thing. Is the plane?
The plane that went
That was,
down, yeah.
that was the first thing I wanted to talk about.
Oh.
Malaysia.
Yeah, but we didn't talk about it last week when it was like hot and
I think it went down the day we talked, and
No, that night, yeah, when it was flying over.
Yeah, we're really caught up on current events. Clearly,
we're covering it.
we're recovering it now.
We're recapping it.
We're
Did either of you
recovering. these
try-
Did you
things
hear
live.
about that plane that went down?
You probably did, but we're gonna tell you again anyways.
So a plane went down in the Indian Ocean somewhere.
Now they know. Spoiler
Yeah.
alert.
Spoiler.
Spoiler alert for everyone who's just as behind as we are.
If you didn't DVR the news for the past 3 days, you can listen to
You're
us.
on like a 3-week backup. Oh man, I gotta watch the news every night.
I missed the news last week. I gotta watch it before it's on tonight.
I missed
like-
everything.
It's like a weird OCD compulsion where you have to like watch every single episode of every news channel, and you're like, God, I'll never get through this.
It's like your stories. Your
that's
soap
your
operas.
crack.
Yeah.
To watch the news over and over and over.
But yeah, did you guys ever? Because they had a thing where you could go. They gave you the coordinate area, and you could get on Google Maps and try and like they were telling people that they needed help finding it. Get on Google Maps and try and find.
Oh,
the
this is
plane.
before they found it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're like, everyone search the whole ocean.
Yeah.
You know, if
Search the ocean.
everybody had a computer, which is improbable, but if everyone in the world had like a computer, I bet they could just they could look for maybe 20 minutes and the whole ocean would be
Yeah.
maybe even less than that.
I would
Did
think
you
so.
hear about this other story along with the Google Maps thing? Is that this lady was found? She had SOS and like a whole bunch of debris on this island, and someone found her on Google
I
Maps.
read that.
Yeah, someone found her on Google Maps, and she's
Can you
like,
imagine the person who did that? They're
she's
like,
been on there for
what?
she's been on the island for 7 years.
Seven.
alive?
Yes, 7 years. She was alive. She was with
Yeah.
2 other people, and they're dead.
Yeah,
she ate him,
no,
killed him.
no. She was like talking about how she tried to kill this goat, and she couldn't kill the goat. She like tried to smash its head.
I read
The
that.
goat would.
Were you giving me like the TV signal, like we're live?
We are live.
He was like 3, 2.
3, 2, and 1.
Go.
Go.
You
This
never-
is amateur hour.
You never say 1. They never
3,
say
2,
1.
and go.
No, they just say 3, 2, and then they do the 1 with their finger, and then they point at you.
Oh, they do. But a lot of times I like to say 1, 2, 3, 4, ready, go.
You just keep counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just
6,
like,
7, 8, 9.
where
Go.
do I go? Who didn't silence her cell phone?
Who the Fritz?
Really?
Who the Fritz Magoo? Sorry.
Really?
I'm still receiving questions in from all of our
Lovely
loyal subjects.
Our lovely audience.
Lovely subjects. Don't put that on the table.
No
It makes
touching the
horrendous-
table.
You're just telling me not to do it. That's why I'm standing up.
You're standing up the
I'm
whole
standing.
show?
Yes, the whole show. I'm doing a little jig.
You doing a little jig?
If you start dancing, I'm gonna ask you
You're
to sit
doing
down.
some squats, doing some lunges.
Lunges.
Yeah.
I'll
Get ready.
request that you sit down.
Let's talk about Zach's new haircut. What do you think about it?
My new haircut.
How can we explain this to people who can't see it?
Rico Suave on acid.
With a slight swoosh. He's got a slight swoosh in the front.
It's Macallic.
So wait, that's not a comb over then, huh?
Well, it kind of is.
Well, I guess when I think of comb over, I guess I think of balding
Like
people.
a nerd comb
No,
over?
no,
Like-
I'm thinking of like people who
Like me.
who like try to cover up their bald spot with their.
That's
no,
me, bro.
Like you'll be.
I do this all day. Swooshing my hair over. I do.
What do you mean?
Hello. I try to maintain a professional appearance at work, so I just swoosh it over.
Hello,
to
everybody
a
at
fresh
work.
long appearance.
a fresh long appearance. I'm looking fresh and long today.
No, it's sort of like a comb over, but like.
Didn't he like shave a line down the side of your
Yeah,
head?
it's so it would give it more of a comb over look.
Is that a typical practice that people do?
Yeah, they give like a harsh line. Yeah, it's a hard
Okay.
line.
Yeah, you do get some nice like.
Because you went to a barber shop.
Yeah, I went to a barber. Yeah.
So I don't know if.
Yeah, he's from Brooklyn.
He's from Brooklyn.
He's from Brooklyn.
Now I'm going to shave a line down the side of your head. You okay with that?
Yeah, I'm okay with that. You can do a little cut right there.
I guess. You do not mock him. Don't act like you're a badass in there. You're just like, yes, sir. I'll take my line.
I'll take.
I'll take the line on my head, sir.
It's
Thank
also
you.
a drug dealership.
It is.
I'll take my line and I'll be gone.
I'll be gone. I promise.
Just one more bump. All right,
One more
so
bump down the road.
I guess this is another amateur hour.
It is.
I hate the fact that we keep doing this, but
It's amateur.
every week, at least once a week, I see you guys. Jim, I'm gonna probably be seeing a lot more of you.
More
More
of me.
More than I want to. And Zach, I mean, we pretty much hang out. We definitely hang out more than once a week.
Yeah. I
it's
feel like I
safe
live
to say.
here, but I don't.
You might soon.
Hopefully.
Should we talk?
Perhaps.
Should we get right into that? Should we get right into the big old move? I don't think we talked about it at all
We hinted at it.
last podcast.
We made a move. Me and Mr. Phantasmo are now roommates.
Majority of it
Hashtag
are definitely like that, but
Yeah.
I'm sure there are some that slip through the cracks as well.
But I tend to be like that. Like, oh yeah, that's taking Twitter too far. But then the more you think about it, and the more like if somebody explains it,
It's
like,
just another outlet.
that makes sense, I guess.
Yeah,
An outlet.
it's
you know.
just something that we didn't have like 10 years ago, so
Yeah.
we can't really like compare it to anything that we've experienced before, like 9/11. Like
Right.
Twitter didn't really exist then, but I'm sure there would have been something similar, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this girl, like, she's been on an island for 6 years. Do you think a part of her hates getting captured because she's like, now I have to go to work and do all this shit?
I don't know.
Or before she was
She
like,
seemed really happy that she got
yeah.
captured.
Well, I'm
captured,
sure.
arrested.
Yeah, we're-
you
we
said
got
captured.
No, Jim said
I
captured.
thought you said captured.
No, he got
You
it.
had to say captured
No.
again.
I was captured by people.
Wait, did I just say
I
captured?
think
you
you
did
did.
just say
Yeah. That's why I said. I was like, oh shit.
Rewind and make sure you said captured.
Drinking game. Every time we say captured instead of rescue,
Captured.
take a shot.
No, but like that would be insane. I mean, like, yeah, you'd definitely be crazy, and you'd.
But you do have a certain level of freedom, especially after like.
Oh yeah.
I want to say maybe even after like 6 months, you pretty much got your survival habits down to a T.
Yeah.
Like you can if you're going to survive for 6 years, by at least the first year,
Oh, yeah,
you've
you're
got
gonna have
everything
something,
figured
yeah.
out. Like you know the system, you know how you're gonna get food and which I guess is what,
Well,
just fish.
but wasn't there something where it said like it took me a year to do this?
Yeah, it took her a year just to like actually get food, and it took her like a year and a half to make a fire. Like so, like you got to think about.
Oh yeah,
people
that's
that
what
are
she said. It was like a
Fire-
year and a
fire
half
would be a
before she
bitch.
made fire.
fire.
Yeah.
So like she had to like eat coconut and drink water. You know how frustrating that'd be every fucking day.
Yeah.
I can't kill the goat. This goat's just mocking me,
Yeah.
and I can't kill him. And now I have to make fire. I can't do that either.
But by
Yeah.
the time year 4 rolled around, she was like a cave woman.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
Full beard.
she's just like stabbing like everything. Like
Yeah.
Speaking of being on an island, I just wanted to throw this in there with the topic. John Uniservice asked if you guys
Uni.
were stranded on an island, what 3 things would you have with you to survive?
Ooh, wow. I
What would be
instantly
some-
thought of Castaway and that freaking ice skate that he had to when he tried to like get those
God.
coconuts open.
That served
Wait,
its
any,
purpose.
any 3 things, right?
Well, I don't know. We have to make it like any 3 things that
Would be on a plane.
like you could
Or boat.
you could fit in your carry-on or something like that. That
Well,
that you
yeah.
could actually get through security. Like you couldn't get an
You
ice
can't take a knife.
You can't take a knife.
You can take ice skates though.
You can't take ice skates in your
But then,
carry-on.
but the thing is, your luggage when that plane goes down, other
No, but
ice
you
skates?
all the luggage is gone. You have
Oh,
to be able to fit it
come
in your
on,
you have to be
dude.
able to fit it in your carry-out and take it through security.
Well, I put a pipe bomb in my toe.
Okay.
Pipe bombs.
The natives like,
We're at war with freaking Malaysia.
We're at war with these little tiki.
Right
men.
after they lost a plane, they were
God.
at war with them.
Way to rub salt in the wounds. Jeez.
there's like
We're at war with another plane. We kill them with other planes.
Yeah, but there's some other crazy things about the airplane. Like people were saying that their phones would still ring or whatever like that.
Yeah. Did you hear about the text message that they sent out?
No.
Yeah, I have it. I pulled it up on my laptop today. Actually,
Yeah.
they sent out a text message to all of the families.
Oh, weren't they gonna say they're gonna give them like $5,000 or something like that to everybody?
That's not what I read. I just read that it was pretty much a text message saying like, well, here I have it word for word. It says, Malaysia Airlines deeply regrets that we have to assume beyond any reasonable doubt that MH370, which was the plane apparently, has been lost and that none of those on board survived. As you will hear in the next hour from Malaysia's Prime Minister, we must now accept all evidence suggests the plane went down in the southern Indian Ocean. And that's it. So they just got a text message from.
Yeah.
But at first I thought they sent it like from the numbers of the people who were.
Oh.
And I was like,
Oh
are
my
you kidding?
God.
But apparently these people are still outraged. And there's actually a sign right
Oh,
here
yeah.
that says our thoughts and prayers go out to blah blah blah, and then it says hashtag pray for MH370.
Oh,
Is that taking
jeez.
Twitter a little bit too far?
I
Like,
think so. Like
let's all
you're using
mourn
it
on
as
Twitter?
using it to your advantage.
hey, let's try to get this trending. The
Yeah.
death of all these people.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
I don't know. I thought
That's
that
a
was
little
kinda
messed
weird.
up.
Yeah, but it hasn't gone over too well. The article goes on to kind of like take the side of the text. Apparently, there were people that were there were actual representatives that went to the families, but if they didn't know where the families were, or like if they didn't live within a certain area, then they just sent them a text, which is
Well, I mean, the text message definitely is kind of outrageous, but the hashtag might not be as outrageous, you know?
yeah.
Because, like, you do, like,
Maybe if you lost someone, you just get on Twitter and maybe you feel supported by it, like all the people like.
that's what I'm thinking,
You
you
could
know what I'm
just search
saying?
the
Because people
hashtag.
put, like, RIP, whoever
But
died,
the other
you
thing
know?
is, it's the internet, and people are dicks on the internet. So you got to be like, oh man, I hope all those people burn in hell for doing nothing but dying in a lake. Like, you know, there's people like that. So you're
They're
like,
gonna
going,
troll the people.
yeah, there are trolls for
Troll
everything.
That'd be terrible. They'd probably literally go to hell like
Yeah.
right then and there.
Yeah, yeah.
The pit would open up and
I
they would
mean,
just
I
go
don't
down.
know that for sure. I just know from my experience in the internet that even the most sensitive subjects, there will be trolls for it, just because that's what people do sometimes. But I don't know.
Because I think when Newtown, that shooting happened at that Newtown school, there was hashtag pray for Newtown, and it was just like people just saying.
Well, I'm sure like it was.
because you just get it trending and be like,
Yeah.
you know, all of our thoughts and prayers go out from
Yeah.
the
Well, I'm
police
sure
department.